Anyway, welcome to BRV today, and we're talking about the Nintendo's Direct here. What Nintendo did right is they provide Mario Maker 2, which is much needed for the Nintendo Switch. But Mario Maker 2 demonstrates that you don't need two screens to play Mario Maker. That's what one of those complaints is like, hey, we can't port it because it's just too much because it requires two screens. No, it doesn't. I mean, we knew for the fact that it doesn't take two screens to, it doesn't require two screens to release something in Mario Maker. Like, yeah, we've got this Wii U, which is the gamepad and the screen, and Nintendo Switch does have it here, and so. Now, a couple of questions of Mario Maker 2. Finally, we got some more, we got some more themes here, but there's a couple of things that we're gonna have to confirm about. Is there a Super Mario Brothers 1? Because there's one article that says Super Mario Brothers 3, Super Mario Worlds, New Super Mario Brothers, and Super Mario 3D World. Well, it's not actually 3D World because from the screenshots I showed, it was like kind of 2.5D. It was kind of it gets a little 3D effect, but it's still controlled on a 2D plane from the side scrolling effective here. So anyway, we're glad to see Super Mario Maker 3 here. They had Final Fantasy 9, and I was excited about it. However, I'm kind of disappointed at the same time because I did download the game to the Nintendo Switch, but when I started playing it, I'm kind of disappointed. It's still the aspects of the 4:3 ratio, and the fact that it's kind of a copy. It's just basically a PlayStation. It's just like a copy of the PlayStation game. Except they've kind of sharpened up the graphics a bit. I mean, that's it. I mean, I was hoping for a redone, ground up Final Fantasy 9 that has up to the Switch. I was hoping for that, but I'm kind of disappointed. At least it wasn't $60 when I purchased it here. It was $20, but it was kind of disappointing when I started playing it. It should have been redone. I mean, I could have paid like $30, $40 for it with a new repolished up version of Final Fantasy 9. So, in instance, but in the other hand, we do had Final Fantasy 6 sort of redone for Final Fantasy 4, 5, and 6 sort of redone for the Game Boy Advance. It was like $20, $30, but I believe, but at least you can now start to play Final Fantasy 9 on a handheld system. That would, I mean, at least now that I can now play, that we can play Final Fantasy on a Nintendo game. But Square Enix should start bringing Final Fantasy, the new series, back to a Nintendo system. I mean, that's something that we can do here. Let me see. Dragon Quest 11, aka Dragon Warrior 11, is coming out here, and Legend of Zelda: Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening HD. Hopefully that's not $60. I mean, it should be $20 or $30, but. Now this comes to question here. Should we, I believe that it is possible we can make a Legend of Zelda Maker. And it's not going to be the caliber of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild or Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess or like that here. But it can involve like an overworld, like, do like a couple of, screen sets like this, and then providing with dungeons, and you can create the dungeons and the couple of towns and where you can purchase some stuff here. I'd like to see a Zelda Maker here. Metroid Maker. No, they didn't show that, but they should make a Metroid Maker. I mean, a lot of people out there were making their own Metroid, Norfair, like this, and Planet, like the Planet World 6 here, but maybe it'll also be possible if you can make a Metroid Prime Maker where you kind of have these little rooms and these little things here, kind of like a snap map editor from Doom 4. Like snap map editor from Doom, like noticeably absent from the stuff here. But I believe that, you know, id Software should have a patch where you can now finally start making some level editors for Doom. But yeah, and there's a couple of cooler spots here. Noticeably missing from the Nintendo Direct is there's no Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker HD for the Switch. We would love to make that again here because they did it for the Wii U, but the turtle was a Wii U disaster. Nothing mentioned about Mario Golf. We'd like to see a Mario Golf on the Switch. That just knows we asked them. Yeah, we got Mario Tennis Aces, but where's Mario Golf? We'd love to see a Mario Golf game because it's been when was the last game we wanted to make? That's 3DS or something. Yeah, I love to see a Mario Golf. Too bad it wasn't on Too bad it wasn't on the thing. Too bad it just wasn't on the Nintendo Direct though. Yeah, maybe later in the fall they might announce it here. All right. But otherwise, I think there's lots of good games coming out for the Switch. What I thought about it here. Yes, finally Mario Maker 2. Kind of a golf clap, but yay, we're putting a lot more stuff here for the Switch because... And the other good thing is that Nintendo has learned that I think this is the right time to put Mario Maker. The Switch is selling well. It's selling in the second or third year, so it's still a very kind of in the late morning on the Switch now. And in other words, I don't believe that there was a 3DS game on Nintendo Direct. But I have to say, look, the 3DS, it's dead. I mean, it's done. I mean, it's an 8-year-old system. I think it's time for Nintendo to either make a successor or make a 3DS compatible Switch Mini. That you could also put it in portrait mode, and you could just put two screens on top of each other in portrait mode, and maybe they could make a 3DS emulator for the Nintendo Switch Mini, and maybe a Wii U. I don't know about a Wii U because it was a failure. Third party was kind of weak, so yeah. So I think this is basically it for the day for BRV. And yeah, trails are pretty icy. Look at that here. Yep. We're halfway done with the dog days of winter. Yeah, 6 weeks till Kimball's opens up, and a couple of weeks towards other ice cream stands open up, and some summer like this. So it's something to look forward to. Yeah, this would be fine for like pre-Christmas here, like, you know, during December. But yeah, come January, February, yeah, I mean, we're done with the snow. Unless you're a skier like this. And, so yeah, well, hang in there, folks. Winter's in this halfway done for dog days of winter. The ice cream stands are opening up soon. The spring and the summer stuff is opening up. And yeah. And the icy stuff. Yeah, it was kind of really icy. And, so...